Hi friends, it's Rainy and it's Friday and we've made it another week. How about that? Good for us. I got a call yesterday that I am finally going to be able to telework coming next week, so that is good. Just, I mean, not that I don't like just sitting around at home doing whatever I want, but for job security purposes, it would be nice to be working. So I have to go in Monday and get everything figured out, and then I can telework after that for the foreseeable future. I'm excited about that. It takes a lot of stress off of my mind to know that that is coming now. So yeah, everything's good for me at this point. so, um, but let's see, other than that, what have I been up to? The non-reading side of things, um, yesterday I finished my first pair of socks, knitted socks. Yay! They are very homemade. There are a lot of holes. And I'm not really sure how these are going to hold up, but they fit my feet pretty well. If I make another pair, I will probably use different yarn because this, even though it's fingering weight yarn, I feel like there's also like sock yarn, I guess, and like things that are just like a little stretchier. This isn't like terribly stretchy, so I don't think like these are short socks, so they only go a little ways up my ankle. But I feel like if I had tried to make them any longer, they probably would just fall right down. So, and they're already a little bit stretched out just from me trying them on. So I'm gonna try to wash them and see how that works out. But yeah, I'm really excited and pleased with myself that I actually finished a full pair of socks. I didn't get second sock syndrome, and I just went right into it to make sure that I did it because I was like, hey, I'm gonna have plenty of time right now. I can hopefully bust this out. And like the first one, which let's see, I'm trying to see which one is the first one I did. I think it's this one. This one's the first one I did. This one took me like 2 months to do. This one, 2 weeks. so, so I definitely improved, and the second one is definitely better constructed because I learned from it. But there are still a couple of holes, but you know, whatever. Nobody has to see my socks on my feet. It's just me. I can wear them at home while I work at home. Yay! And also, before I get into what I've been reading this week, I just wanted to remind you, if you haven't seen my announcement video or Elaine Hallen's announcement video, we will be hosting a wine and cheese reading social tomorrow at 3 to 6 p.m. my time, which is EST time, and it's 8 to 11 p.m. in Elaine's time because she is in Ireland. So we are going to be hosting that on Saturday, April 11th, and it's really exciting. We've had a few people post some TBRs for the evening, which is really fun. I don't know why, but I just didn't really expect that to happen. It feels like super legit now to have booktubers tell me what they're going to read for mine and Elaine's event. I'm like, oh, I feel like a legit booktuber now. so we have a prompt that is to read something that is food or beverage themed, or at least has that as a prominent element in it. And it's been really fun to see what people have come up with that they're going to read for the evening. And of course, you don't have to read the same book all evening for 3 hours. But I think it's going to be really fun. So, and I'm already planning well, I would hope so because it's Friday, but I've already gotten my food choices ready, and I'm starting to like set my space for the evening and everything. I'm very excited. And I think, and I've talked to Elaine about this, but I think I might get a little dressed up just to kind of make it seem more of a fancy wine and cheese social. I think I might wear something a little bit fancier than sweatpants and a t-shirt. But you do you. You wear what you want to wear, but I might be a little fancy. I don't know. we'll, we'll see what I come up with tomorrow. But anyway, let's move on to the books I finished this week. I actually finished 2 books this week. The first book I finished this week is The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. And I was buddy reading this with Amanda from her Pacific Northwest Washington life. I always have to slow it down when I say her channel name because it always trips me up. But we are participating in the Lord of the Rings read-along that Krista from Books and Jams and Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand are hosting in the first half of the year. And we have buddy read all of the series together so far. So the next one, obviously, will be Return of the King. And I have always said, now I've only read the series through once, and I believe that was in college when I first read it, when the movies were coming out. And so I've seen the movies, and I've read all the books, but only once. But I've never seen the Hobbit movies, and I've been told not to bother. But, so, and I always said that The Two Towers was, like, not my favorite, because there's a lot of battling. There's a lot of just scary stuff, and there is a big giant spider, and I don't like that. That part I do not like. And so I always said this was not my favorite, but upon reread of this, I really, really did enjoy it. It took me a little while to get into, but the friendships between Legolas and Gimli in this were really something that stood out to me this time. I just love them, and I just think they were so fun together, and the way they both look out for each other and worry about each other was just something that I don't think I ever fully noticed before. And then, let's see what else. And the development of Sam's character really came through in Two Towers. Sam is the real MVP of The Lord of the Rings. I mean, hands down. So, but yeah, I really, really honestly enjoyed this. And I was listening to an audiobook version on YouTube, and at first I was like, oh, I don't like this, because the background music and like the sound effects and stuff way overpowered the narrator. But after a while, because it was kind of put into different chunks, after a while it got a lot better, and I really enjoyed listening to that audio narration after a while. So, yeah, I was really excited to get this busted out at the beginning of the month, and that I enjoyed it so much. Coffee break time. We're not having wine yet, friends. It's too early. The next book I finished was an audiobook for the Louisa May 2020 read-along that Kate Howe and Megan Hannett are doing this year. And that was Rose in Bloom. And this is the second book in a duology, I believe, that Louisa May Alcott wrote. And the first one was called Eight Cousins, which is what we read last month. And I think as a general rule, most people did not care for Eight Cousins, but if you stick with it, Rose in Bloom was definitely a lot better. Rose in Bloom just focuses on less characters from Eight Cousins. It still focuses on Rose and her uncle, who she is kind of his ward, I would say, and her cousins, but less cousins, and they're older. So this is just kind of about their growing up and their continuing maturing, and the struggles that they go to, and their love for each other, sometimes romantic love, and which, back in the day that was fine. Nowadays it's weird, but back then it was a thing. Most of Louisa May Alcott's characters are, especially the female characters, are very sweet and very moral all the time. And I thought Rose was almost uh, too sweet and too perfect. As a general rule, she like really fit that stereotype of the perfect, angelic Christian woman. Um, and and it got a little much for me at times, but it did have a very sweet story attached to it, and there is some um, really hard stuff that they focus on in this one, and some really bad things do happen to some of the characters in this book, and it is really heartbreaking to see that, and but just to see how they kind of um, come back from those tragedies, um, and like just the struggles that they go through, it that did seem relatable. It was a little bit too saccharine at times, like too perfect how they came through everything, in my opinion. But in general, it was very heartwarming to see how they came through everything. So the last thing I thought I would do in my Friday reads today is pick a book from my TBR jar for Katie's TBR Clear Out Readathon for April. I have finished 2 books on my currently reading list. I am still, I kind of hid it here and I don't want to take it down, but I'm still reading Vanity Fair, but that's going to be a long-term project with my friend Tara. And I am still reading through Where the Crawdad Sings with Amanda from the Curly Reader. And I think and The Final Empire. I'm still reading through that, but that will probably take me a month as well. So those books are not going to really change. So I want to pick another book from my TBR jar to start as a physical read. Because I feel like I've been focusing a lot on audiobooks lately, and I feel like I just want to sit down and read a physical book. So let's pick something out, shall we? Let's shake her up. All right, let's. Is this just one? Okay. Let's see. Oh, this should be fun. The Object of Beauty by Steve Martin. Let me go get it. Here is An Object of Beauty by Steve Martin. And I found this at the library book sale in like March of last year, I believe. And all I know about Steve Martin is his entertainment. So I honestly had forgotten that he has written a few novels. So and he also wrote Shop Girl, which is a title that I remember hearing about. I haven't read it yet, but so yeah, I'm excited to read this. The printing is pretty big, so I don't think it'll be hard to get through quickly. And it's about a art dealer, I believe, named Lacey. But there wasn't really, other than it's kind of about her life as a New York art dealer. I don't really know anything else about it. The blurb didn't really say too much, so we'll see. But I will let you know my thoughts. I will try to read this within the next week or so, and I'll let you know next Friday. So at least where I've gotten to with it. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, friends, that's about all I have for you for today. Just plugging along, trying to get through this whole weird world we live in now. So I'm excited, honestly, to get back to work, at least on some level. Pray for me if that's the way you do things, that everything goes smoothly for me in this transition. I think it'll be good. I don't really have too many worries. But now I have to pick a new knitting or crocheting project. Oh no, I actually do have to finish a dog sweater for my friend's dog. So it's mostly done. I just got into my sock knitting and kind of forgot about it. So I'm going to try to get it done here in the next few days so that I can wash it and sanitize it and send it off to her, so that he can at least try it on. It's probably a little too hot where he lives for a sweater right now, but maybe he can wear it in the fall. So, all right, friends. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope you're going to join us for the Wine and Cheese Reading Social. Which, oh, by the way, you do not have to drink alcohol to participate in this. You can drink tea. You can drink coffee. You can drink water for all I care. Just come and have fun. So, and read a food or beverage themed book with us. So, all right, friends, I will talk to you soon. Bye.